This is Vol Network Week here on This and That. Yeah, Vol Network Week. Four of us spent a ton of hours up on the campus of the University of Tennessee recently learning about the Vol Network. Did you ever wonder just how you get to all those basketball and football games and shows such as Phil Fulmer or Pat Summitt? Well, my friend, the Vol Network does all that, surprisingly with a very small staff of people. Steve Early is the general manager.
And we've got a big job up in Knoxville managing the Vol Network and all things orange, and it's a never-ending process, 12 months a year.
Yeah, and because most people think, I'm sure, that you just start about football season and you end around basketball season. Not true.
There is a lot of work that goes into getting ready to play a football game, and not just what happens on the practice field and in the film room, but all of the preparation to be able to host a football game and to broadcast a football game and to do a television show that takes place afterward. A lot of preparation work that people don't see behind the scenes, and it takes months of lead time, months of planning, and a lot of intense work, but a lot of fun work.
So now you're planning for what?
We are in the middle of basketball season and still working closely there with both the Vols and the Lady Vols as we go through the conference schedule and into tournament time. But football 08 is already on the horizon for us. And you have sponsorships which you have to manage. You have programming which needs to be contemplated and conceived. And the calendar tends to get away from you when you're managing so many different types of projects for Tennessee.
And all that comes under that umbrella of the Vol Network, right?
That's correct. The Vol Network is a 50-year tradition, but is a lot different from the days of Lindsey Nelson and General Nealon. There's radio, there's television, there's internet, there's print publications. So much, obviously, TV syndication, which Channel 9's been a part of for a number of years. It's a big entity, and we have the fans to thank for that. Tennessee has such an incredible following, a true statewide activity, as John Ward always said. It all goes back to the fans. You know, that's why I have a job, and the Chattanooga fan base plays a huge part of that. Big Tennessee fan base here.
When we were there recently and went around meeting all the people and seeing everything's on campus except you folks. Is that by design? You're what, 4 or 6 miles or so away?
We're a stone's throw away, and that is by design. The Vol Network is just slightly off campus, really to minimize distractions. We have a lot of work that has to be done in a short amount of time, managing all of the 70-plus radio stations that are members of the Vol Network, orchestrating home entertainment plans, obviously all the corporate partnerships and sponsorships that are sold to help pay for all of the UT sports program. All that happens out of that office. So we tend to keep a little bit of distance, and that way we can stay a little more focused.
What do you have, about 1,000 people doing those jobs?
Actually, 8.
Excuse me?
It's a
8 people.
It's a very efficient operation that we have. 8 full-time people, including myself. Bob Kessling, our play-by-play voice, is actually a part of the university. His office is on campus, and he works certainly with us, but he will maintain a separate office from the actual day-to-day Vol Network.
Is there a misconception about the Vol Network or what you folks do, or the fans mostly know?
I think for the most part they know kind of the meat and potatoes. I think people are amazed when they fully understand everything that we do. When they purchase a souvenir game program at Neyland Stadium or at the arena, and they look down and they see it's published by the Vol Network, they're like, oh wow, I didn't know that. All the home entertainment products that you see, the season highlight tapes and the Vols and the Lady Vols products that you see in stores, those are all produced by the Vol Network. So there's a lot of components and a lot of different things that we're involved in day to day besides the flagship Vol radio network, which is really the bread and butter. All of the corporate signage and the video board and the new center hung scoreboard that's in the arena. All that has been built from a presentation standpoint by the Vol Network. Obviously, the corporate exposure that is on there, those corporate relationships are formed by the Vol Network, and the day-to-day is managed by us.
Do people ever say thank you when they look at how the renovation there at the Thompson Bowling Arena, the signboard, I mean the board that keeps the score, I'll get it right in a few minutes, the football things that you're changing to Neyland Stadium, do they ever say thank you?
Absolutely.
Or do they know?
Our fan base appreciates, and that's a big initiative that Mike Hamilton has really infused into the program, is let's make the presentation and the game atmosphere better for the fans. And we never, ever want to lose sight of, ultimately, we're there to serve the fans.
And my friend, they know that, and they practice it every day. By the way, Steve told me that they're making plans now to have a new, I guess you'd call it Jumbotron, for the football, there at Neyland Stadium by 2009. But they're planning now to get it, it takes that long to get things up.